Friends, welcome to this special episode of upcoming games that you need to keep an eye out for. This time we're doing the upcoming games of August, second half of August, because there wasn't really enough to put in a weekly video in August. So yeah, these are the most brutal and best indie games to keep an eye out for, dropping in the second half of August. And I know that the video is a little bit late, but let's go!
In a world where the top special forces operatives are all just wizards for some reason, one team is unstoppable. Not yours. Hers.
In Tactical Breach Wizards, you lead a team of renegade wizards in Kevlar through turn-based battles to unravel a modern conspiracy plot. You get to combine their unique spells in clever ways or rewind time to try every crazy plan you can think of to punch a traffic warlock through a fourth-story window. Now, the turn-based strategy games, well, they're actually raining down on us almost more than it's raining boomer shooters right now, at least for 2024. But hey, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is getting harder and harder for the games to stick out from one another. While this one, it looks to have some unique style and a few fresh mechanics to it, it also has a free demo on Steam that you can test out before deciding if it is for you or not.
As long as they can get there by public transport, they can rewind every time they screw it up. And there's an easy mode if they need it. Tactical Breach Wizards.
What a brilliant bite-sized boomer/movement/roguelike/shooter/melee game this is. It's a crap ton of fun and it only takes a little bit to get into. Now your goal in the game is simply to make it from one arena to the next. Now the arenas, they aren't extremely different from one another and the enemy variety isn't gonna blow your mind, but what is gonna make you have a damn good time is the superbly fine animations and even more superbly unique and fun weapons that you unlock as you go. And then the movement that takes a little bit getting used to is so expertly crafted that it will make you fly through the arenas faster than Superman himself. And if you thought that the movement isn't going to get any better, then you're dead wrong. This being a roguelite, it has a million upgrades and then some, including a mid-air jump, grapple hook and so much more to take the experience, or rather the player, to greater heights. I highly recommend that you go and check this fantastically unique game out. A simple mobile roguelite shooter turned into a PC game? Yep, that's what Floops Big House is. It's as simple as it gets. Go pew pew, get score, and spend that score on upgrades until you finally defeat the last boss. Now, there are more than one boss though. Each area offers its unique boss, but I'm not sure exactly how many there are. However, I am sure that the game offers no ultra cool mechanics, no ultra cool animations, or anything like that. But what is ultra cool is the Nickelodeon style graphics that to me is a true freaking love letter to the 90s cartoons, and that is something that I can definitely vibe with. As you're all very familiar with by now, I have a weak spot for post-apocalypse, anomalies, mutants and all that horrible stuff that one can think of. Now this, while being a VR game, offers all of that. Sure, it isn't the greatest VR game that I've ever seen, but it does look like a mighty impressive accomplishment, especially for a solo developer. It's an immersive experience that offers a blend of action, horror, survival and RPG, with a fully voice-acted story and realistic handling of both items and weapons. If it all works as intended, well, that's for all the VR folks to find out, but I can clearly see that the graphics does its job more than well. Broski, if you like what you see and you want more of this, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and become a member to the channel. It would help me out a ton. Hold on, that wasn't the full message. Join the Discord also, it's the freaking best place in the world, trust me. If you don't like it, you're free to leave, but you should definitely join and see for yourself. Now Now, my friends, I want you to prepare for one of the most impressive indie first-person shooter games to ever set foot on this forsaken planet. This game, it has some of the most jaw-dropping and realistic environments that I've ever had the pleasure of playing in. And it's all amped up even more because it's actually trying to recreate parts of London, a town familiar to many, a place where some of us can actually relate to. And when a game does that, it just amps up the feels a little bit extra. And unfortunately, far too few realize that, but this game does not miss its mark here. Now, the environments, they play a huge role in this game, so it's important that they are good looking, because you will be walking slowly through them. Yes, you can sprint, but you want to take it slow, to scavenge for whatever you can find. Weapons, they're very much useful in the game, but also extremely scarce. So in other words, exploring, it is a must to survive in this one. But oh boy, once you do have a weapon and start either swinging or shooting towards the horrifying demonic things, it does not disappoint here either. It honestly feels amazing, and it even has a combo system going for it for that extra satisfying head-bashing crowbar lunging kill. So what is the game about? Well, clearly something bad really happened in London. Exactly what, I don't know, and I don't know why we play as the person we are playing as either. I'm sure it uncovers as we play the full game, but for now all I can say is that shit has gone south and the truth behind ourselves will be uncovered in all of this. Whatever that means, I don't know. Now, there is another thing I want to say to you broskis before I leave this beautiful piece of art be, and that is that it is lacking the horror tag on Steam. And why the hell doesn't it have the horror tag on Steam? Trust me when I say that it absolutely reeks of horror. Dark corridors, intense sounds in every corner, and jump scares. Oh yes, jump scares that will scare the most Chad of Chads. And if you don't believe me, go and play the demo of it right now. I dare you. Fast-paced isometric co-op looter shooter in a cyberpunk world, equipment-based combos, exotic weapons and armor, easy to start, hard to master, get to play co-op or solo. Hell yeah, it's sounding very good. Now, the game is a fast-paced, brutal one that emphasizes you to push forward, aka guns blazing, and I quite like it. Very few games openly say that this is how they want you to play, and geez Louise, one of my all-time favorite games is on the inspiration list behind this game. And if you watch the video, you know exactly which one I'm talking about here. I'll name the inspirations, but I'll leave the guessing to you that you should drop down in the comments. So which is my all-time favorite? The Division, Warframe, or Destiny? Now, of course, we can see that this game is not a first-person shooter or very much Division-like. The game is a top-down shooter, so how much the inspirations has actually affected the actual outcome of the game, I'm not 100% sure, but I am sure that it looks pretty damn dope. Haha, finally this little gem is releasing. I don't know when I first saw this thing for the first time, but I do know that it was a very long time ago now. It's a fine example of something simple and small blowing up when revealed and turning into something much bigger and grand than first intended. So what exactly is Squirrel with a Gun? It's exactly what the name implies. Duh. No, but seriously, you play as a rodent that can carry and handle weapons. And fret not, there is a story behind all of this, as your goal is to escape an underground facility that has been conducting experiments on you, blending puzzle platforming, shooting, and finally at the top some pure carnage sandbox mayhem. Sounds silly, looks silly, and it's just what the gaming world needs right now.
Are you gonna tell me your name now? Or can I just call you Captain Sunshine?
Lexi.
Now this right here, my friends, is surprisingly enough one of my most anticipated games for August. If you ever played Ratchet & Clank or Jak and Daxter, this right here is as close as you will get to that in an indie form in all of 2024 or 2023 for that matter, and I absolutely love the hell out of the prior mentioned games. Now Akimbot has everything you could wish for in a high quality shooter platformer: muscular, adrenaline pumping set pieces, sci-fi elements that takes the puzzle platforming to new levels of fun, aka magnetic boots, wall running and so on. It also has crazy weapons, abilities and combat moves and graphics that I dare say look a little more mature than the prior mentioned games, but still has that feel of a Pixar movie. Although I'm not too sure that I actually like it. Honestly, the design of certain things just doesn't hit the right spot for me, but hell, I can live with that as long as I get that buttery smooth gameplay that I've been longing for in my platformers for some time now. So have you played Ratchet & Clank or Jak and Daxter? Let me know in the comments if you have, and if you like those games, and are you excited for Akimbot? Okay, so how do we even categorize this bad boy? Is it a boomer shooter without shooting? Is it a speedrunning game loaded with secrets and an actual story? I honestly think it categorizes best in the second mention. It's all about going fast, but the game never forces you to do so. You can take it at your own pace if you want to. The game is not timed, more than you getting the feel of wanting to get the fastest time possible. Now what you will be doing in the game is slash, throw spears, shoot with bows and throw bombs through ancient Rome as Caesar, in levels that takes about 3 to 5 minutes to complete, but they are loaded with environmental differences, secrets, new weapons and enemy types that act and behave different from one another, also requiring different tactics to actually take down fast, or heck, to take them down at all. And it's all toppled with some fast-paced heavy metal music, which honestly fits the game like a freaking glove. Running fast like Caesar with a sword just slashing every human that you see, entering rage mode as you do so to run even faster. It's just the second best thing from doing it versus Demons of Hell to metal music. Thank you a million times for watching all the way to the end. You're freaking amazing, broski. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Slim, over and out.